Sima, one thing here, uh, this should be Sahit, don't use any whiteboard. This should be an interactive session. Means whenever I ask something, you try to respond. And whenever you have doubts, you can ask me. So it should be an interactive session. And just I can't speak continuously like. Hmm? So if you have any doubts, you have to ask. When I ask anything, you try to respond. Don't think that your answer is right or wrong. Just I need response, that's all. Why? Because in the professional field, we must be very interactive. So many times when we see those who are not that much good in subject, okay, just average in program, but still they are able to get good IT jobs. The reason is communication. Communication is not English. Just like whatever the things you know, you need to express. Whatever the things you know, you need to express it. That's what. That's what exactly communication here. So our sessions will become successful only when you interact openly or freely with me. Don't think that whether your answer is right or wrong. Okay, just I need a response only. If you know everything, why you are going to join, right? Hmm? So because you want to learn something, you are trying to join, right? So that's what exactly. So coming to myself, just only two members of you have introduced yourself, that too by texting. Hmm? So coming to myself, this is Kiran. I have totally 25 plus years of experience in academic and corporate training. Academic and corporate training. So 1999 November onwards, I have been in the training field. Some 15 years I worked in various engineering and PG colleges in Nellore district. So 2015 onwards, I am here at Amirpet. So providing training to corporate institutes, corporate companies, and even I have my clients from US, Germany, Netherlands, Australia, Malaysia. So different countries, I have my clients there. I used to provide training to them. So mainly I used to provide training on Java full stack, Python full stack, data analytics. Like these are the mainstreams. Apart from some others also there like PHP, .NET and many things. But majority of my training will be on Java, Python full stack, data analytics like this. So even I'm a part-time developer for a UK-based company. So my working hours almost they are like 24/7. So for some clients, I have to provide training around morning 4 o'clock. For some clients, I have to provide training around late night 11 to 2. It depends. It depends on the client requirements. Yeah, hi Karthik. So what's your qualification? Okay. Studying. Okay, IT. Which college, ma? Very good. Okay, Guntur. Hmm. Recently, I think some 5 or 6 years back, I've taken workshop in some engineering colleges near Guntur, Vijayawada, like that. So good morning, Sandeep. Even in Hyderabad, Anantapur, Nellore, I used to conduct workshops in engineering colleges also. So in the initial sessions, we are going to discuss like what exactly is this full stack development and what we are going to learn under this full stack development. What exactly we are going to learn under this full stack development. So actually nowadays, this term called full stack, it was being used in various domains. People are using the word full stack in various domains, like full stack web development. Okay, full stack web development. Similarly, like full stack data science. Similarly, full stack digital marketing. Full stack testing. Like plenty of areas, people, they are using the word full stack. So what exactly is this full stack? What exactly is this full stack means? Full stack. So you have the skills of all the tools. So in the domain you are working, or in the domain you are going to work, whether it is testing or data science or digital marketing or web development, in that particular area, whatever the tools that are used, whatever the skills that are required, acquiring the knowledge of all the tools, acquiring the skills of all the tools, that's what exactly people are calling full stack development. So here our concept is about full stack web development. Our concept is about full stack web development. But before going to see what exactly is this, just I need a small clarity. Some people, they use the term web applications. Some people, they use the term website. Some people say web application. Some people say website. Is there any difference between web application and website, or both are same? Is there any difference between web application and website, or both are same? Anyone? So that's what I have been telling you. Like, forget whether your answer is right or wrong. Just whatever the things you know, I want to get that response. Yes. Anyone? Hmm? Is there any difference between web application and website? Anyone? Anita, Karthik, Venkateswarlu, Kavya, Sahit, Paramesh, Sandeep. Okay, now let's see here. Generally, application in the sense when a product is under development, we call it an application. When a product is under implementation, we call it a website. We call it a website. Suppose, assume that I'm a developer. I'm a developer. As a developer, what I will do, I will involve in building the product. Means I will design the web pages. I'll create the database for it. Like I will write the background coding. As a developer, I involve in building the application. So when the product is under development, so we call it a web application. So it was completely built. It was thoroughly tested. Now the product, it will be running live like this. Then we can call it a website. A finished product that is running live. We call it a website here. So application, when it is under development, website means already built. Now it is running live. So we call it a website. So first of all, when we see here, like developing a web application, when we take developing a web application, it mainly includes two activities. Developing a web application development process, it mainly includes two activities. So what are they? What are the two activities means? The first one we call it web designing. First one we call it web designing, and second we call it web programming. The first activity here is web designing, and the second one we call it web programming. So designing is nothing but creating the web pages. Designing is nothing but creating the web pages. And whatever the pages we are seeing here, so creating those pages, it is the process of web designing. So this designing, mainly it starts with the tools HTML and CSS. This designing, mainly it starts with the tools HTML and CSS. HTML. Okay, once the session starts, we will discuss everything in detail. So, HTML, hypertext markup language. The main purpose, HTML, to print data on the page. Now you can see this page contains some data. Some text is there. Some images are there. The data may have some audio files, video files. So printing the data on the page, it's what the duty of HTML. But designing means, see here, printing the data is important. At the same time, presentation is also important. Printing the data is important. At the same time, presentation is also important. Look and feel. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఒక బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ చేయాలి అనుకున్నా. లైక్ ఐ వాంట్ టు హ్యావ్ సమ్ మసాలా దోస. ఈ బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ అనేది ఐ కెన్ గెట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏ రోడ్ సైడ్ వెండర్. రోడ్ సైడ్ బండి పెట్టుకుంటారు కదా, ఐ కెన్ హ్యావ్ దేర్, ఆర్ ఐ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏ మల్టీ కుసైన్ రెస్టారెంట్. రోడ్ సైడ్ వెండర్ దగ్గర తీసుకోవచ్చు, ఐ కెన్ గో టు మల్టీ కుసైన్ రెస్టారెంట్. సో విచ్ వన్ వీ ప్రిఫర్? విచ్ వన్ వీ ప్రిఫర్ అంటే మల్టీ కుసైన్ రెస్టారెంట్. వై? ద రీజన్ ఈస్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్. ఇప్పుడు రోడ్ సైడ్ వెండర్ అనుకోండి, బండి మీద ఉంటాడు. వాట్ హీ విల్ డూ? He will take a newspaper, on that a plastic sheet. On that plastic sheet, he will place the item. And item ide, he will throw the sambar, chutney, everything he will throw and he will give. But when we go to a multi-cuisine restaurant, a neat ceramic plate with banana leaf, dosa placed neatly, butter on it, and chutney in 1 cup, sambar in 1 cup. Presentation. Of course, quality will be there, at the same time presentation. అంటే printing the data is important. At the same time, presentation is also important. Look and feel, attractiveness. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, when we see this website, how attractive the pages are. So, to make that content stylish, to make that content attractive, we'll be using CSS, cascading style sheets. CSS cascading style sheets. Apart from that, people will be using many tools like Bootstrap, jQuery, Tailwind CSS, Semantic UI, and a plenty of libraries will be there. At the same time, this organization, it maintain one more special team. We call them graphic designers, and who are experts in multimedia. Graphic designers means they are experts in multimedia. So, and what they will do? What they will do means, like by using different tools. By using different tools. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, you take this Flipkart. You take this Flipkart here. So, how attractive the images are. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. That background color, images, text, how stylish. Photoshop. By using Photoshop, they are designing them. Every company will have a logo. ఇప్పుడు when you take LIC logo, ఎలా ఉంటుందిమా? 2 hands, inside you have that deepam light. SBI will have a logo. Indian Rail will have a logo. So to design those logos, they will be using Coral Draw. Alane for animation purpose, they'll be using like Flash, Maya. So we don't need these tools. Graphic designers, they are specialists in multimedia, they will use them. But our parties like using these type of tools, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, whatever they are, will be creating the web pages. అయితే whatever the pages that are designed like that, We call such pages as static web pages. Whatever the pages that are designed like that, we call them static web pages. And using these tools, whatever the pages we create. Static means what? Just I can see the content. Just I can see the content, but I cannot process. I can see the content, but I cannot process. That's why we call them static web pages. And like for example, see here. Suppose I have created a railway reservation form. In this form, the user will enter the input values. Train number, train name, date of journey, something like this. I have created a withdrawal form where the user will enter some input values. Account number, account type, withdrawal amount like that. Or you are registering to some website, like you are applying for some job, you will be registering to some website. User registration form. Form means just we can design the page, that's all. Form means just we can design the page, that's all. But if the user enters any input values, to do, suppose what I want to do here is, so I have entered my username, I entered my password, I entered confirm password, so date of birth, gender, alane like phone number, similarly email address. I will enter different type of data. And when I enter some input values, my inputs must be processed, right? Your data should be processed. So to process that type of data, we go for web programming. Processing the data. Designing means just you are creating the pages. Processing means you are processing the input data. You are processing the input data. You are processing the input data here. So this processing, it can be done in two ways. Processing the input data, it can be done in two ways. One is, we call it client side scripting. అయితే మీకు ఈ terms అన్ని new words అనుకోండి, no problem. Once we enter programming, we'll have a detailed discussion about them. We'll have a detailed discussion about them. Why? Because remember, IT అనేది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, no one will ask how many programs you have done. Generally, they will ask you subject. Generally, they will ask you subject. Subject is important. When you have subject with you, then so your job chances will increase. అంటే ఇక్కడ చాలా ఉంటాయి. Why? Because let me tell you, even my son, he is also studying fourth year engineering. Fourth year engineering. And until last month, they didn't get any campus placements. But recently, companies started. Companies, they started coming for placements. TCS, M3, CTS, like many companies now they are coming. But remember, when you are going to attend interviews means confidence is very important. So how you will get confidence means only through practice. Only through practice. అంటే just my main way of teaching, my main style of teaching is always I will tell my students only one thing. వాళ్ళు whoever may be, I always tell my student only one thing: don't practice my programs, don't follow my subject. Adenti sir, we have to practice the programs what you say. No, అంటే suppose every day once the class is done, every day once the class is done, so what I will do, whatever the topics I'm discussing, whatever the topics I'm discussing, I will send you the notes there, soft copy. So theory part, and at the same time, whatever the programs I practice in the class, everything I will share you. So the admin, they will create a WhatsApp group for us. In that WhatsApp group, whatever the pictures I'm using, whatever the notes I discuss, or whatever the programs I write, everything I will share you. Everything I'll share you like this. And what I used to tell is, don't do my programs. And why like that means simple. If you are just practicing my programs, it will be something like copy paste. If you are just practicing my programs, it will be something like copy paste. We are not typists. We are not data entry operators. We are developers. We are developers. Developers in the sense, always we have to think different. Always we have to think different. అంటే ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్లో నేను ఏదన్నా ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ చెప్పాను అనుకోండి, ఇమీడియట్గా మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే, వై షుడ్ ఐ రైట్ లైక్ దిస్, వై కాంట్ ఐ డూ లైక్ దిస్, ఇలానే ఎందుకు చేయాలి, ఇలా ఎందుకు చేయకూడదు. యు మస్ట్ థింక్ ఇన్ దట్ వే. You must think in that way. Automatically, you will get that logic building skills. Automatically, you will learn that logic building skills. ఇలానే ఎందుకు చేయాలి, అలా ఎందుకు చేయకూడదు. ఎందుకంటే రిమెంబర్ వన్ థింగ్, when 100 members, ఇది చాలా సీరియస్గా వినండి, when 100 members are attending some job interview, remember, out of them only 5% are worthful. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. When you come here at Amirpet, you can see thousands of students here studying different courses in various institutes. And whenever a new person comes, Vaima intamanda, so I have to compete with these many number of people. No, nothing like. So, 1,000 people, really sincerely studying people are just 25 to 30 only. Dantlo no doubt about that. I have been watching from past 25 years. No doubt at all. Sincerely studying people are only just 2 to 3% only. You have to compete with them. You have to compete with them. అంటే ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు కాంపీట్ మీన్స్, అంటే జనరలీ సీ హియర్, ఇప్పుడు రీసెంట్లీ సమ్వేర్ ఎట్ అమీర్పేట్, సమ్వేర్ సమ్ జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ ఆఫ్ క్యాంపస్ వాస్ కండక్టెడ్ ఫర్ 2 జాబ్ పొజిషన్స్, రెండు పొజిషన్స్, ఆల్మోస్ట్ 350 to 400 people attended. Many people, they returned back. వైమా ఇంతమంది వచ్చారు కదా, మనకి రాదులే అని బ్యాక్ వచ్చేసారు. బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ వన్ థింగ్, ఆ 300 మెంబర్స్లో యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫైట్ విత్ జస్ట్ 10 to 15 people ఓన్లీ. యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫైట్ విత్ 10 to 15 people ఓన్లీ. చాలా మంది జస్ట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, క్యాజువల్గా చూసేదానికి వచ్చేవాళ్ళు ఉంటారు. 60% of them. And those who are really want to attend the interviews, they are coming without preparation, without subject. Frankly, I am telling, ma'am. So no need to worry about them. And even in the interview also, they will ask only one thing. For one job, when 100 members came, why should I select you? ఖచ్చితంగా అడుగుతాడు. 100 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు, మిమ్మల్ని ఎందుకు తీసుకోవాలి? You must have the answer. You must have the answer. Sir, I am good in logic building. I am strong in designing. మీరు ఎక్కడ స్ట్రాంగ్? దాన్ని మీరు హైలైట్ చేసుకోవాలి. యూ హ్యావ్ టు మార్కెట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. ఇంకోటి స్ట్రిక్ట్లీ నేనేం చెప్తున్నానంటే, బిఫోర్ పోస్టింగ్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ రెజ్యూమ్, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, బిఫోర్ పోస్టింగ్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ రెజ్యూమ్ అట్లీస్ట్ వన్ ప్రోడక్ట్ విల్ బి రన్నింగ్ లైవ్. మీరు ఒక లైవ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ని బిల్డ్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసి ఉండాలి. వన్ ప్రోడక్ట్, అట్లీస్ట్ వన్ ప్రోడక్ట్ యూ విల్ బి రన్నింగ్ లైవ్. వాళ్ళు దే విల్ బి ఇన్ ద టాప్ 2%. We have to compete with these people only. Nothing to worry. 95% people, they are not competing with us. We are going to fight with just 2 to 3% only, or max 5%. మీ పేరు మీద ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ లైవ్లో రన్ అవ్వాలి, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. హౌ సార్? దట్ we will see. The management will help you. Because our organization, AcuteSoft, so we have a development center, we have a training center, we have many our company has many sub companies there. Training and development center is there. Many things are there. Definitely they will assist you a lot in this training. మీకు డిఫరెంట్ స్టేజెస్లో, ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిలేటెడ్ కావచ్చు, జాబ్ రిలేటెడ్ కావచ్చు, 100% దే విల్ సపోర్ట్ యూ. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And that is also one of the main reason why I'm a member of this organization. Because my intention is always my students should be different. My trainees should be different. And you must be top in your batch. You must be top in your college. You must be top in your interviews. That's what my motive, my intention. So for that, what I am doing here is, I already told you, my son, he is studying final year engineering. For him, whatever the C language classes I taught, subject point of view, C is very important. That classes point to point, that will help you a lot in even technical round of interviews also. I will share you. లాజిక్ బిల్డింగ్ ఎలా చేయాలి అనేది మీకు దాంట్లో తెలుస్తుంది. Whoever register, I will share you those classes. They will help you a lot to gain confidence, to gain subject. ఒకటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ విల్ గివ్ 100% సపోర్ట్. And finally, one more thing I want to tell you is, till now what you have studied, nobody will bother. Intermediate or 10th class or your BTech or 5th class, LKG, UKG, nobody will bother. A 10th marks, intermediate marks or BTech marks, just for first stage filtering only, they will help. After that, your subject will help you. Remember. So till now, what you have done, nobody will bother. These 4 months or these 6 months, What you are doing, it is going to decide your career. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఈ 6 monthsలో మీరేం చేయబోతున్నారు, ఈ 4 monthsలో మీరేం చేస్తున్నారు అనేది ఇట్ విల్ డిసైడ్ యువర్ కెరియర్. After 3 years, which company you are working? After 5 years, which vehicle you are using? Car or bus or what? Sorry, not bus, bike. Which company vehicle you are using? After 10 years, which house you are living? Which location your home is? So మీ next 40 years career మొత్తం it is decided by these 4 and 6 months effort. These 4 and 6 months effort, remember. That is what exactly. చాలా సీరియస్గా తీసుకోండి. మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు అనేది మీరు మాకు చూపించండి. What we can do for you, our team will do. 100%. Okay, remember my words, mark my words. These 4 or 6 months effort, whatever you do, it is going to decide your career. So this, once the user entered some data, that data should be processed. For that purpose, processing will be using two tools. One is client-side scripting, second one server-side scripting. Client-side scripting, you will be using JavaScript, one of the most important language for web-related applications. Server-side scripting, it is up to you. You can do it with Java, you can do it with Python, you can do it with .NET, PHP, plenty of options we have. Ante, what is client, what is server? Now see here. What is client, what is server? Now see here. Suppose this is me. This is me. I want to connect to Flipkart application. I want to buy some product through Flipkart. ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్లో నేను ఏదో ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ని కొనుక్కోవాలనుకున్నాను. అంటే టు కనెక్ట్ టు ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ వెబ్సైట్, వాట్ ఈజ్ నీడెడ్? అసలు ఒక వెబ్సైట్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలంటే మనకేం కావాలి? వీ నీడ్ బ్రౌజర్, రైట్? వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ క్రోమ్ ఆర్ సఫారీ ఆర్ ఫైర్ఫాక్స్ ఆర్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఎడ్జ్, వీ నీడ్ సమ్ బ్రౌజర్. త్రూ దిస్ బ్రౌజర్, we are connecting to the Flipkart application. So here me, who am I? Okay, I am Kiran. Adi kaadu ikkada. Web related ga who am I? I am the end user. నేను end user అన్నమాట. ఇప్పుడు like for example, I want to withdraw some money. So I will go to ATM. So I am the end user. So through ATM, I am trying to make the withdrawal done. Through ATM, I am trying to connect to the banking application. So here this ATM or the browser through which we are connecting, we call it client. దీన్ని client అంట. Client. And then what is server? The system where exactly this application is running, whether it is banking application, whether it is Flipkart application or Gmail application, whatever it is, which system it is running, we call it server. ఈ సర్వర్ అనేది it is connected to the database. This server, it is connected to the database. Then what is a database? We call it a repository. Repository ante storage place. It is the place where the application's data is stored. మన అప్లికేషన్ డేటా అనేది It is stored inside the database. So whenever the user enters some input data, if you are processing in the browser, so we call it client-side scripting. If it is processed at the server, we call it server-side scripting. Okay, what is the difference? What is the difference? I will tell. Client side enduku vaadtam, server side enduku vaadtam, everything I will tell. Apart from this, we need to create and maintain the database also. Apart from this, we need to create and maintain the database also. So that is what exactly we call full stack development. That's what exactly we call full stack development. Full stack development Python. And what you are going to learn here. Under designing part, you will be learning HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, in addition, React.js. Just ఈ టూల్స్ పర్ఫెక్ట్గా ఉన్నా కూడా మీకు మార్కెట్లో hundreds of jobs ఉన్నాయి. Hundreds of jobs are there with just these tools. React, very huge demand in the market. And when we say database part, you'll be learning something called SQL, SQL basics. And then programming side, as I said, you'll be learning JavaScript for client-side scripting. నేను చెప్తాను what is the difference between client-side scripting and server-side scripting. I will tell you the difference. Under client-side scripting, you will be learning JavaScript. ఇంకా server-side scripting, you are learning Python. Python and it includes like core Python, basics of Python programming, advanced Python, apart from that, Django framework, Netflix website, NASA website, Quora, విన్నారా ఈ వెబ్సైట్ పేరు? Like Stack Overflow, it is a technical, educational related site. Alani Instagram. These are some popular websites built on Django. So Python with Django. So these are what you are going to learn here. Ante, in order to build a website, whatever the skills that are required, acquiring the knowledge of all the tools. That is what exactly we call full stack development. అంటే as a full stack developer, you are designing the page, you are constructing the database, you are writing the coding for it. Each and everything you are going to do. Everything. మీకు ఎక్కడ ఏ టెక్నాలజీ వాడతారు, ఎక్కడ ఏం యూస్ చేస్తారు అనేది ఎవ్రీథింగ్ I will tell you in these demo sessions one by one. But till now, any questions from your side? Any questions from your side? You want to know anything more? See, plenty of times I told you, remember, professional field means you should be very interactive. Any questions you have, any doubts you have to clarify almost immediately. Okay, so that is very important. Communication is very important. So we are learning for ourselves. So we should not feel shy. We should be very expressive. So don't bother whether your question is right or wrong. Just I need response only. Now tell me any questions from your side. కార్తికేయ, వెంకటేశ్వర్లు, పరమేష్, సందీప్. Definitely, definitely. Why? Because in the next demo session, we are going to see what exactly is this client-side scripting, what is this server-side scripting. Why? Because so you are using several tools for building the application. And what is the purpose of each tool? Where we have to use JavaScript, why we have to use Python, why we have to use SQL, we must know them. And in our third session, we'll be learning the basics of internet. What exactly is internet? What exactly is a website? Suppose I built a web application. How to make my website launch live? How to deploy our website? Hosting అంట. ఈ వెబ్సైట్ హోస్టింగ్ అనేది ఎలా చేయాలి? Each and everything in detail. That's what you are going to learn, what you are going to do in our sessions. That's what we are going to discuss in these things. Okay, na? So full stack development means in order to build a web application, whatever the skills that are required, acquiring the knowledge of all those tools, that's what exactly we call full stack development. We have to design our web pages, we have to construct the database, we have to write the client side scripting, server side scripting, full stack. Everything we must be able to do. Like when you see earlier, when you go for some marriage related functions, catering purpose, you have to contact one person. Decoration, you have to contact one person. For like these furnitures or chairs or something, you have to hires, you have to contact one person. For music, you have to contact one person. Band. For what is that? You need to contact one person to make that wedding done. Purohit. But nowadays, event management companies are coming. Full stack. Everything. One package, everything they will provide. Photographer, videographer, Purohit, decorations, hirers, everything, each and everything, catering. Just we have to relaxedly sit in the hall, enjoy the function, enjoy the party. That's all. So that's what you can understand, like what exactly is full stack development. Each and every tool required to build the application, we need to have the knowledge, we need to have the idea. So that is what exactly we call full stack development. So in this full stack development, what is client-side scripting? What is server-side scripting? Why we have to use them? This particular thing we will see in the tomorrow session. Just it is a introduction only. It is just introduction only. Plenty of things will come. Plenty of things will come in one by one. Okay, so like how corporate companies expect, what actually companies expect, in that way we will start our training here. And not only that, very soon, as I promised you, I share you the C language classes which I taught for my son, that will help you to understand logic building, that will help you to understand programming basics very easily, how to do programs on your own. That's what exactly required. That's what exactly I'm going to share everything with you. That's what I am telling. Our team are ready to give everything for you. Assistance in placements, assistance in internships, everything we are ready to you. But we need the same support from you, then only we can do anything. Unless you don't respond, we can't do, right? That's what. Actually, full stack means I discussed only 50% only. But I told you, right, what exactly is this uh, like client side scripting, server side scripting, why we have to use JavaScript, why we have to use React. Plenty of things will come. Step by step, we will learn. Okay, na? So, thank you all of you for joining the session. But still try to make the interactions, make the session more interactive. Remember one thing, a trainer will always feel happy when student raise questions, when student raise doubts. We don't feel any ego or something why you are asking questions like that. We'll be very happy when you start interacting with us, when you ask questions. ఎందుకంటే మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతున్నారు అంటే వాట్ వీ ఫీల్ ఈస్ వీ ఫీల్ దట్ యు ఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు లెర్న్ సంథింగ్. నేర్చుకోవాలి అనుకున్న వాళ్ళకే డౌట్స్ వస్తాయి, వాళ్ళే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు. So when you are asking questions, when you are raising doubts means we'll feel very happy. Okay, now these members, our trainees, they are trying to learn something. That's what we will expect. Okay, na? So whatever the things you want to know, you openly, you can unmute your audio, you can raise a question, we can clarify. Hmm? So some more topics about this full stack. What is client-side scripting? What is server-side scripting? Why React, Angular, these are becoming popular nowadays? What is the use of them? The second stage, we'll see in the next session. In the third session, basics of internet website, how to host a website, those things I will tell you. And then why Python, why we have to use Python, it is in the fourth session. And then gradually we will enter into programming. Okay, na? Thank you one and all. Same time tomorrow 7 a.m. sharp, I will join the class and we'll join the session. Okay, na? Thank you, ma.